This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Mass Effect. In the last episode, we explored what we could at the Presidium and then went to the Council and found out that, well, like all politics and everything like that, they couldn't do anything for us unless we had like 100% proof or without a shadow of a doubt. So we're gonna have to find a way to get Saren disbarred from the Spectres. But how are we going to do that? We've got a couple ways to go. We could either go see Bar Levon, or we could go find Harkin down in the dens, or look into Garrus, which both prospects look good, I guess. But before we go anywhere, we got to talk to this strange man. I thought it was against the law to deal with the mess with the keepers.
A few more scans and I'll know for
It's
sure.
just time to blow this guy away.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind. Yes, is there something you want?
That was as subtle as a sack of rocks, dude. Why are you following the keepers?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep...
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
Well, you got no choice now. We're here, so,
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why do you want to scan these creatures? Yeah, why the lies? Tell us the truth!
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
Well, that's a good thing I'm not CSEC or one of the authorities, so... sure, why not? I'm curious about these bug-like things anyway.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
You're the only person on this Citadel apparently who doesn't know who I am. Which is, whatever. I'm with the Alliance.
I'm Commander Shepard, with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
And now you're speaking my language, frog amphibia thingy. Why are you doing this anyway?
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
You're not gonna dissect them and take them apart, though, are you?
What are you doing with the
wait,
data once you've
Trying
scanned
to
it?
learn
repeat
what...
that for some
you see them-
reason.
I'm
I
a
don't know why I
scientist.
did that.
I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
All right, and with that, we unlock the scanning. Actually, what is it that quest actually called? Hold on, let's take a look. Oh, this game has well, I guess I forgot to talk about this before. Two different types of things. It says missions and assignments. Missions are what you get for those are main story elements. Like this one mentions talking to Bar Levon about the broker. This one says go speak to Garrus in the little rewards with what's this Cora's Den, and expose Saren, which is the main thing. We have to finish this off either way. Now, either way, you can actually do both ways to figure out the information with Saris, but technically, the only one you have to do, or not have to do, the only one that you could just do and just skip everything is just do the Shadow Broker. We can actually completely avoid Garrus through this whole thing if we wanted to. But for the sake of completion, I'll do both. But it's kind of funny when you think about when you can skip this section. But yeah, this tells us about the scan of the Keepers. So Corbin, a Solarian scientist, has discovered a way to scan the Keepers, but the Citadel authorities do not like people disturbing the insect-like creatures. You offered to help Corbin, and he gave you his scanning device. Each time you scan a Keeper, the data will be sent to him automatically, and he pays us money too. So that's the Keeper. So yeah, 21 creatures on the Citadel. I think I forgot. After you finish I think it's after the, let's see, how many major sections are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? after you finish the 4th major section of the game, like major area, I think it's like well, technically it's not the last time, but it's probably the best time to do it before this becomes a null mission. So keep that in mind. It's best to kind of just do it now, really, because we have to explore the Citadel anyway in our hopes to finding out information about Saren, so why not do it while we're here? So this tells us about Septimus, where we have to go find him. This is the one where we learned about the Hawking Ada cluster, about the bot commune inside of the CSEC guy's office. That's the guy about Cora's Den. We can't do that one yet. And then this is the one we heard in our own own offices. So yeah, we can't do these until we finish this section of the game. So, but all right, let's scan the first one. Which shouldn't he have already had the data for that? But anyway, okay. Before we go, let's get the rest of the keepers here. There's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 keepers here. I always forget the exact number, but I know where most of them are already. So yep, scan that. You get a little extra money, nothing crazy.
So, this is where the council passes.
No, sorry, I didn't actually mean to. Didn't mean to actually click on her, but hey, why not? All right, and then we'll get the one over here. This guy, as soon as we finish this initial section with Saren and everything like that, like in the Citadel, he'll actually have something for us. But for now, he has nothing. There's another one right there. I think. Oh yeah, we heard that guy talk earlier, so we can skip him. If we want to go straight to like an elevator that's close by, we could use the rapid transit system. I'm not going to do that just yet. I don't think there was a keeper over here, was there? I don't believe so. Sometimes they'll be like hidden in like little crevice, like just little hidey hoes or whatever, away from everyone. You know, places you wouldn't remember.
Ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanna are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right, though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
Well, we don't have to worry about that later on, that's for sure. Alright, there's the other keeper over here. Alright. I wonder what this data will yield, though. Very interesting. I think that's it. Okay, so we scanned everyone that we can here. So we got many more to go. Many more places, many more keepers and whatnot. Now, normally I would teleport to the next location, but because we're kind of gonna scan keepers on our way to the to Bar Levon, which is gonna be our first stop, since he's the closest anyway. Might as well show the elevator. And like I said, if you go to the elevator, you'll get extra conversations after certain story events, or certain news stuff will occur. We'll get the news one here in a moment after we go to the elevator the second time. But let's listen to the awesome elevator music. Da, 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 da. Must have had fun trying to. Jack Hall must have had fun making those, you know, standard elevator music ditties. You know.
I can't believe the council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they'd take his word over ours.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
This is why I love Ashley, because she gets me, man. She understands. Actually, a lot of people are like that, so that's like nothing unique, but still, she just straight out says it. She's a woman with her own mind and attitude. Gotta respect that. Anyway, here's another keeper over here that we saw earlier, and we can scan him. Doink. And Avina can't do anything to stop us. Mwahahaha. Well, too bad. Now, if we go over here, we can unlock another quest. Or assignment, sorry.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
You're creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the enkindlers to be spread.
Yeah, this is a quest where this guy's causing a disturbance by preaching the good word of whatever out in the open. So let's talk to the C-Sec officer. Now, unfortunately, as we are right now, I can't finish this quest because it requires, I think, intimidate score or charm score a 3, I believe, to finish. I could be wrong. It might be 4, but I always forget like the little details. But anyway, I don't have the boxes yet. I'll have to keep doing the plot and unlocking more of these boxes. After we finish this major section here on the Citadel, we'll get an extra box for free on both Charm and Intimidate, so that'll help us out. And then just choosing renegade decisions multiple times will eventually fill up these boxes. So, but we'll start the quest so that we can come back to it later. But yeah, I can't finish it right now.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
It is kind of weird that there is like an assignment that you can't finish unless you have an Intimidate score, or a Charm score. You think there'd be like a neutral way to straight up finish. Well, I mean, there technically is, but I don't want to do the neutral way, so be open-minded. What's the problem? It's not smart enough.
Because it's a big, stupid jellyfish.
How can I convince my superior that I deserve a promotion if I cannot convince this annoying jelly to leave? I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
That's probably what I mean. That's probably not the funniest line, but that is definitely up there with one of the funniest like Shepard lines because it's a big stupid jellyfish. I think Mark Meir does a better job of saying that. Like makes it's funnier when he says it than when Jennifer Hale says it. But that I might be biased in that. So
if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Ah, red tape. Don't you love it?
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
Well, like most people, I guess. But sometimes it's legit, sometimes it's annoying. It just depends on the situation. Reason for a permit?
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
And you know what they say, the two things you don't talk about to people is politics and religion. Oh boy. So he's an evangelical. Praise the Lord! Hail, hail, hail! That's the only evangelicals I'm aware of anyway. When we talk to it, I'll help. You're pathetic.
If you can't solve this problem, you don't even deserve to be in C-Sec.
I didn't ask for your help, human. I can deal with this myself.
And it doesn't completely shut off. It just means you just insult the guy, but we can
I
go right back to talking to him again. And, all right, we'll help. We get something for this. Just some experience and credits, but still.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon.
And then after we do this, oops, I forgot to let that guy talk. But after that, we unlock the Presidium Prophet thing. Yeah, C-Sec Doctrine and Religious Hanar are arguing about whether the Hanar has the right to preach in the Presidium. And then we just have to convince him to get a permit or leave, one of the two.
You are certainly welcome to try.
Do you desire to learn of the enkindlers? Or has the Honorable C-Sec officer enlisted assistance?
This is just like the people who come up to your door and tell you and they want to talk about, well, anyway. Having trouble, what's the problem? What are you doing? This isn't the way. Breaking the law!
The C-Sec officer is just doing his job. You're causing trouble.
This one is too humble to suggest that the C-Sec officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Yeah, you and a million other people in this universe. Jeez. Well, yeah, the neutral option is to just buy his permit. I'll show you this. It's
what
not
if
completing
I
it by
purchase the
clicking
evangelical
it, by the way.
permit for you?
Finances are only a partial limitation. This one does not believe that one should pay in order to speak the truth. However, this one also does not possess the 150 credits necessary to purchase the permit.
150 credits? It doesn't speaking your truth doesn't require a price to pay if you believe the truth is real, you know, like, what was it, those monks who set themselves on fire, like, many, many years ago? They believed in the truth, and he paid a price. He set himself on fire, but you know what I mean. Huh. You do now. Yeah, if you say you do now, you basically pay it for his permit, and you finish his quest as is, missing out on 150 credits, which, I mean, if you don't care about that, then that's fine, but, no.
I knew it. You're not just evangelizing, you're panhandling. This one desires no charity. It only desires to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
The Enkindlers, huh? The Enkindlers apparently don't pay for your living lifestyle. But yeah, until we get enough, if we don't get enough intimidating or charm, we have to buy the. We'll eventually get it, so don't worry. Just over the course of the game and playing as I am, we'll eventually get enough to do that. But yeah, we'll keep check that box for now. You know, anyway, there's not another keeper down here. There's an elevator to the wards down here if we want to do that. We'll eventually have to go down there anyway. I'm just trying to be efficient about where I'm going for the most part. No keepers down that way. Although that's towards... we're going to go this way anyway, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of trying to get all the keepers and get to Barlevon and all this other stuff. Yeah, I could have done this after meeting... Or I could have done this after meeting the council the first time instead of doing this last episode, but, you know, just to get us used to the place and getting most of the conversations out of the way, you know.
Is there anything I can do for you today,
I need your help.
Commander?
I was told to talk to you. I need info.
I've heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
Can we make a deal? What's the cost? Start talking, fuzzball.
I need that information. Now.
Threats don't work on me, Commander. This information is worth a small fortune. But this is an unusual situation, so I am going to let you have it for free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
Well, people in that world tend to eat themselves quite often, so lucky for us, Saren's a jerk. He serves him right. He's not the only one to talk. What a shock!
Saren betrayed him. Imagine that.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense, not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it, a Krogan mercenary.
Well, I've heard Krogan are pretty badass, so that would make sense. Anything else?
That's not much to go on.
I just told you that the most famous Spectre in the galaxy betrayed the Shadow Broker. Quite a bargain, considering the price. Speak with the Krogan if you want to learn more. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel security. If you hurry, you might catch him before he leaves the Academy.
Why is he there, though?
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with CSEC?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
I think we've already asked him all these questions before, so we can, actually, hold on, let me...
I also offer premium services.
I think I asked him all these questions.
Most people, yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power.
Any guess what his identity?
I don't know. Nobody.
Yeah,
However,
okay.
every government is forced to play their game so they don't get. Yet somehow he never seems.
Any guess what his
no, I
identity
think actually
might
I don't think we. Hold on, sorry. I don't think we actually asked him
to play their game so they don't
this
get behind.
Conversation before.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Interesting. You would think with someone with all that information and everything, yeah, you think you would somehow at one point upset the power of everything. But anyway, but who is he really?
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
But I'm the main character. I could win.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time, I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, I don't like danger. It makes me break out in panic.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
All right, our journal. We get some new codex about the Shadow Broker and our journal updates for about the Krogan freelancer that we need to meet. So let's keep going on. Let's get another keeper that's hiding back here in the corner. Gotcha. Gotcha, you and that 30 credits. I can spend it on a Coke. And I bet in the future it would cost 30 credits for a Coke. Crazy. Well, anyway. Let's see. There's 2 more keepers around here. And we don't have to deal with... actually, this one's probably quickest to do this way, so let's snag this guy. Oink. Yeah, we don't have to stick around. Yeah, see, we get a little bit of experience for doing this, so why not, right? I mean, yeah, you could beat the game without getting every single bit of experience, even without the 10%. But if you're playing on the harder difficulties, it's probably a good idea to get as much as you can without spending too much time. There's no keepers inside the consorts area, and we can't do anything there until we go to Cora's Den anyway. Yeah, Cora's Den is where the general is, so... And no, he's not going to save you on car insurance, so, you know, you can just forget. You can throw that right out. Anyway, we want to go back to the diplomat's office, mainly because there's a keeper in that area. Actually, a couple of keepers. And that'll be it for all the keepers in the Presidium. The rest of them will be in the wards, obviously. Okay, there's the elevator down there. We're going to use that to go to C-Sect, because that'll be where we run into Garrus. Yeah, the other keeper's going to be in the bar over here. I think... Oh, and we also... If we talk to Palin... Or Palin? I think it's Palin. But if we talk to Palin, there's a extra bit of dialogue we can get from him now that we're aware of Garrus and the investigation. Before that, though, let's get another keeper. He's in here. Too bad they're not Trapper keepers. Oh, well. Yoink. As far as I know, no one has any new conversation ticks for us that we talked to before. I think they have some new ones after the events of the Citadel area. But not before, really.
Shepard.
Oops. I hate when I do that. When I try to skip dialogue, I'll actually press the button quicker. Okay, if we ask him about the investigation...
Tell me about your...
Sorry, Commander.
Come on.
I don't make
there we
a
go.
habit
We can
of
ask
giving
about
out
Garrus.
details about ongoing investigations.
Then can you tell me what you know about Garrus?
Garrus Vicarian? Good officer. Very good, in fact. But he needs to learn some patience. You'd think an officer of the law would be a bit more mindful of rules and regulations. Was there anything else?
I think that like when he was talking, it was supposed to focus on his face, but the way his conversation tick happened, his face almost disappeared from the camera, so it was a bit silly.
Goodbye, Commander.
But anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much it. No, I mean I did it just because we're gonna get another keeper. We'll have to come here later after the main events of the Citadel finish. But like I said, I'm getting the keeper stuff out of the way now. Hey, yoink. And this gives us a little extra credit for those who want to like beef up their armor or weapons or something like that. Since we can't really gain any money or stuff here because of there's no combat or anything like that. So yeah, the game has your combat sections, but they're definitely spaced out as opposed to the later games in the series where there's a lot more lot more combat sections, a lot less like running around talking to people. I mean, they still have that, but it's very, I guess the word would be focused, I guess. In the third game, they try to like kind of space out a bit more, which is weird because of like what goes on in the third game. I don't want to say anything for spoilers, but wasn't there a keeper here? Okay. I hope he didn't glitch out, because there was a keeper here, by the way. Well, anywho, I don't know why the keeper's gone. I hope that's just a glitch and I can reload to fix that. You can talk to Anderson here. He doesn't have anything new to say right now. I think, actually, now that I've talked about, I wonder if you could talk about the freelance.
Yes, Commander. Is there something you need?
Tell me more about the Shadow.
He's a necessary. Always sell. He's not a threat to anyone. Not direct.
Yeah.
Tell me about Barlow.
He's got an impressive
Okay,
client.
never mind.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need.
No, he just basically reiterates what I already know. Are you sure that? I know there was a keeper there. I wonder. Maybe I'm misremembering. I could have swore there was a keeper there. Well, I hope. Well, I'll look that up later. Maybe maybe he bugged out or something like that. Okay. Anyway, to CSEC, we need to go to the next step of the of our journey here. Like I said, you could skip CSEC if you really want to, but I'm trying to be a completionist to show. Well, I'm going to be sort of be a completionist in this playthrough, to an extent, because there are certain things I want to show off, and I want to stick as kind of like my main run of the game. But let's get in the elevator and hear the music again. Do 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 do. I think a news broadcast will play now that we have no new dialogue from our companions. Probably pop up here in a second.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Yeah, that'll probably never happen. But who knows? Maybe things will change. But anyway, the head of basically the police station. Looks like every other place in this gosh dang area. But anyway, let's take a look around. Head, do you have anything actually?
CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force.
They probably have to with so many people and how big this place is.
Nice to see so many humans working for CSEC.
Sure, yeah. More the merrier, right? Alright, this takes us to... Actually, I can actually show you. There's actually a map we can actually look at here. Oh, this takes us to the docking bay, so that's where our ship is, so... yeah, that's I forgot to show off the map earlier. It's not a big deal, it's just if you get lost or whatever. So, yeah, this takes us back to our ship, which we can't do anything with it anyway. So, but, yeah, you saw a little blip on the map, because they said the Krogan was down here. Well, the map spoils who it is, but let's just, well, okay, and this spoils it too.
Witnesses saw you making threats in Fist's bar. Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Rex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
Looking at him, I don't think that's a threat. With the Fist thing.
Yes, human.
I like the fact that the CSEC officer says that as he's walking away, as in, well, yeah, you better run, you know. But yeah, I feel like from this guy, I feel like he says he'll kill Fisk. I feel like he'll do it. You can help me, Rex. We need to talk.
I'm trying to bring down Saren. Barlevon said to talk to you.
Barlevon is a wise man. We may share a common goal, human.
Man, you have such a creepy, deep voice. How so? What's the goal? Get to the point.
Spit it out. Or are you trying to build suspense?
I like you, Shepard. I've been hired to kill the owner of Cora's Den, a man named Fist. He did something very foolish.
That's a very sad name to have, if you know what I mean. Tell me.
What did he do?
He betrayed the Shadow Broker. A Quarian showed up here on the Citadel. She was on the run. She wanted to trade information for a safe place to hide, so she went to Fist. He promised to arrange a meeting between her and the Shadow Broker. Instead, he contacted Saren.
I guess he thought Saren would be more useful, but yeah, exactly, big mistake. Why?
What does Saren have to do with this?
Well, the Quarian has something that connects Saren to the Geth. He paid Fist a small fortune for her.
If we get our hands on that evidence, we can prove that Saren's a traitor. And the Council will have to listen to us.
As long as they believe it's the truth and everything like that. So I like the fact in this game, and a lot of BioWare games later on kind of try to do this more often, where the AI, where companions try to insert their thoughts and opinions more often, not to enough of annoyance, but just enough to know that they're not just like walking, talking stat box for combat. You know, we might be too late.
Saren might already have her.
Last I heard, Fist still had her. Probably somewhere inside his club. You help me kill Fist, she's all yours.
Yes, as far as I understand this, I think you, like, even if you do, if you talk to Garrus and do all his stuff, we still have to locate Rex anyway. So weirdly enough, Rex is required to do this, which is odd that we can completely ignore Garrus in this, but Rex is required. It's I know why, but anyway, I don't want to spoil anything. So, what about the Shadow Broker?
I want to know more about your employer.
Can't tell you much. All I got was a coded message with the details of the job. Standard procedure.
What about Garrus, that Turian? He wants to take Saren down too.
We could use him, I guess. We don't need him.
We can handle this on our own.
All right, and we get Rex joins the party. One of my favorite characters. Well, actually, there's a lot of characters I find are my favorite, but not Rex is one of my favorites. And yeah, unfortunately, this screen kind of spoils who will join the team like later on. As you can see from the shadow there, if it isn't obvious, like who right next to Rex, who that looks like. I mean, yeah, it's a shadow, but you can tell it's a Turian. And who's the only Turian that we know that has a name that's clearly helping us? Anyway, we're gonna stick with Ashley, but we're gonna put Rex in the group. Eventually, I'll try to decide how I want to do like missions and stuff. Maybe give people more screen time and stuff like that. Like when I usually play the game, I'll like on normal and easy difficulties, and even maybe in veteran, I'll kind of stick with the same group just to kind of, I don't know, keep get certain dialogue and stuff like that. But on harder modes, obviously insanity and stuff like that, certain characters will have better strength in certain sections. But we're going to switch to Rex for now. Sorry, Kaiden. Yeah, unfortunately, most people kind of tend to ditch Kaiden pretty quickly. And it's not he's a bad character. It's just Kaiden is kind of like one of the straight-laced characters of the game. He's supposed to be the sensible, normal character, while everyone else has got their own, like either they're aliens or like something crazy about them. And you have to have your straight-laced characters too, but a lot of people tend to ignore them because they're straight-laced. And I wouldn't say his story is normal or anything like that. It's just Mass Effect 2 has an issue with some of their characters like that too, as well as 3. They have their normal characters, and most people are like, eh.
Let me get this straight. Your business partner, Shortman, he's threatened you?
Well, no, not exactly. But he wants to meet with me. I think he's going to kill me.
And why do you think that?
I can't really get into the details. But Shortman will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Then I've got other work to do. But nothing. Don't bother me unless you're willing to give me details.
But anyway, the thing with Rex when when Ashley says, like, maybe we should ask Garrus to help. Like I said, you can skip Garrus, and that's basically the game saying, hey, if you don't want to mess with Garrus, you can. And like I said, that Garrus is, like I said, spoiling it. He can join the team. You can actually beat the game without letting Garrus join your team. I thought that was strange. When I found that out, I was like, you can actually go through the game without getting him? I thought he was required. It's like, no, he can. There's actually, I might do a file where I don't get him just to show off, because I don't want to spoil things. Let's just say, like, if you don't get him in this game, there's some interesting dialogue you get later on in the series. But anyway, let's talk to Jalid here.
Hey there. Oh, You're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
Nah, I'm sorry, we're not cops, so I heard you. Who are you? No.
I think I'll be going.
Oh, all right then.
I sometimes like doing the negative responses just to have the guys go, "Oh, why'd you come to talk to me then?" You know.
Oh, it's you again. They still won't believe me, you know. Nobody believes me.
Really? What?
What won't anybody believe?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
Yeah, isn't it worse when your friends try to kill you?
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
How can I help? What do you need? I can't help you, dude.
I don't have time for this right now.
All right. You're not the first one to say so. Goodbye, then.
Anyway.
Oh, it's you. Did you change your mind? Do you have time to help me now?
You have to be careful about when you say no, because sometimes it'll, there are some quests you can actually just completely ignore. If you say no, they'll never ask you again, so I have to be careful about when I say that to people. I can help.
What did you need?
I just want someone to talk to my colleague. He's been acting strange, and I think he wants to kill me.
Alright, I'll leave it to me.
Just tell me where he is, and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Shorban. That's the guy who asked us to scan the Keepers.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
Huh. So he's scanning these creepers. That's technically against the law, and he's wanting to kill his friend. That kind of makes sense. Good point. I see. Bastard.
If I find out he's lied to me...
Anything's possible with Shorban these days. Well, good luck.
Well, we'll check on him eventually, so, but anyway, after doing that, we unlock Jaleed's Fears, which is we'll have to talk to Shorban. We still get paid for the Keeper stuff, so we'll want to scan all that before we encounter Corbin again, or Chorban, however you pronounce it. Okay. And, oh yeah, and then when we run into Rex has joined the crew. And yeah, Rex is required, but like I said, there's a reason for it, but I'll try to swap in, like, Kaiden every once in a while, because I don't want to completely ignore him. You know, he was a companion. You get some interesting dialogue in certain places. I don't remember all the places, but I'll try to swap out people when I can.
Hello, Commander.
But there are certain characters that have, like, interesting pairings when it comes to, like, if you bring them with you, and you pair certain characters together, they'll have more interesting dialogue, and they'll kind of riff off each other more often. One of the more entertaining ones is Rex and Garrus actually have some of the more interesting dialogue with each other if you stick them. I actually wasn't, I forgot which playthrough I did where I stuck them, because I played this game so many times when I was younger. I'll admit, by the time I've been doing this recording, it actually been a while since I'd played this game. Let's check these out. Ooh, we get some codex entries for this. More codex entries and some experience. Ooh, weapons logger. Let's steal some stuff. Or get a codex entry. Let's see. There's another codex entry. And we level up. Yay! Oh yeah, I have to be careful. Actually, maybe I should have left. Now that I think about it, maybe I should have left Kaiden on the team, because I don't have electronics or decryption, and he does. So that's actually one good reason to use if you're not playing an engineer or a class like him. Here's the other keeper. Let's scan him. If you're not an engineer or a sentinel like him, then bringing him on the group would be a good idea, because he has decryption and electronics. But there is another character we can get that does that as well. So which you probably already guessed by the squad screen who that's going to be and what we've been told earlier. But, you know, I don't want to... Let's just play the game until we can get to that point. Let's see. Let's go to the requisition office, although we can't do anything with that right now. Oh, yeah, by going down here, we've unlocked the C-sect teleport, so we can get back here if we want to. Which we'll have to, we'll want to... Oh, and we can scan another keeper. Another keeper. Keeper.
One sec. Looking you up. Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
Well, how do you know it's the first time? I could have been here millions of times. Sure is, you know me. Why?
Who wants to know?
Just checking for C-Sec records. I can only sell goods to authorized personnel. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Show me what you've got.
Excellent. I hope you find what you're looking
for. Yeah, we can buy the this Spectre stuff here. I think that's where we actually end up initially, where we can buy the Spectre gear in the game is from this guy. So I am spoiling a bit of the stuff that you probably wouldn't know first time playing this game, but yeah, we can buy equipment if we want, but most of it, I don't know. We only have like up to 2,000 credits, so I can't really afford any of this anyway. Yeah, I'd say the only thing to really buy here would be the Aldrin Labs license and the grenade upgrade. So let's do that. And we'll talk. He'll have more. Well, actually, since I technically have unlocked the best stuff, but technically after we finish a certain section, he'll have better stuff for you. After this main storyline event finishes. But anyway, now that we've gotten to C-Sector, we can go to the next section, to the wards. Let's see what happened. Let's see what Kaiden and Ashley have to talk about. No. Do 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 do. So, you guys have anything to say to each other? No? Just, hanging around? I know there's like one or two elevators that don't, like, I guess because they aren't too long or something like that, that don't initiate conversation. Maybe it was this one. I'll have to remember to also swap out groups and try to come back to the Citadel regularly to show off different dialogue, because, like I said, after major events occur, characters will have new dialogue with each other. I know online there's plenty of, like, compilations of people's having conversations with each other and unlocking all the options, but I kind of want to just show what I can in game as well, just for, like I said, completion's sake and everything. So anyway, another keeper. If you keep Kaiden and Ashley together, they tend to have pretty decent dialogue with each other, because they kind of you know, both human and all this other stuff. Let's see, I'm trying to remember who else has interesting conversations. Well, we'll get to that when we get everyone in the crew, I guess.
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? Torfin was a case study during my training. I can't believe you took out the whole base. Amazing.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like you in person. My name's Lang, Officer Eddie Lang, Citadel Security. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
I think if you don't have Ashley with you, Kaiden has a response to that. Because I don't believe Rex does. There are certain characters, kind of like in other BioWare games, there's certain characters that take a priority when it comes to conversation ticks. I think in this game it might also be based off what position they're in as well, if I recall. Like when it comes to like only one character responding to conversation.
Why'd you join Citadel Security?
I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do, you know? Maybe it's in my blood. My grandfather was a cop back on Earth. It's kind of what C-Sec is. Police for the Citadel. I'm still pretty new at it, but I like it so far. Way more interesting than staying back on Earth. You get to meet all kinds of cool aliens, like those Hanar. Wild. Plus, C-Sec gets a lot of respect here. We uphold the law. People, even aliens, appreciate that.
I am the law.
How do you like working here on the Citadel?
This place is amazing. I've been here almost a year, and I still haven't seen a tenth of it. The Presidium's just so beautiful. Good place to go and relax. But I really like it here down in the wards. There's always something going on somewhere. Like that new club they just opened a few months ago, Flux. Wicked scene in there, Commander. You should check it out when you have some time.
Kind of like the difference between like a beat cop and a desk cop, I guess, or you know, one who has to, you know, pal around in like the rich part of town while someone pals around in a local neighborhood or something like that, I guess.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Just the stuff they show in the vids. They always make them out to be super agents on secret missions to save the galaxy. I know it's not really like that, though. Some of the other CSEC guys don't like them too much, figure they shouldn't be able to operate outside the law. But if they were so bad, the Council wouldn't use them, right?
I guess. Sort of.
Do you know a CSEC officer named Harkin?
I shouldn't really say too much. He's been on the force a lot longer than me. But I've heard things, you know? Drinking on the job, taking bribes, that kind of thing. Rumors mostly, but they suspended him, so some of it must be true.
You'd be surprised what, like, in certain organizations with politics are, but I think in this case it might be true.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
Yep, see you around. Ooh, what's this? Another codex. Yeah, I like the fact that the game gives you experience for exploring the place, so it kind of gives you a reason to learn more about the world, even if you didn't find it.
I got a tour. One of 500 to see the Ascension from the inside out.
Really?
Took almost 6 hours and we only saw 1/10 of the ship. I even got to meet the commander.
Matriarch Ladanya. You met her?
Well, she addressed everyone on the tour, but I got pretty close to her.
Huh, just look at that ship. You'd have to be stupid to mess with that.
Very true. She's got almost as much firepower as the rest of the Asari fleet combined.
Hopefully, she'll never need to use it.
I thought, like, at one point I thought the Ascension does appear on the screen here or something like that, especially when they're talking. So, oh yeah, Rex, do you have anything to say?
There are a few unlicensed vendors who operate out of the markets here. Sometimes they have good stuff for sale.
You can keep the Presidium. This is where the action is.
Oh, you like action, do you, Ashley?
A lot of traffic here. How fast do you think those cars are going?
And you like sports cars, Ashley?
First time I was here, I dropped a bundle in the casino. Got so mad I put my fist through one of the machines.
Well, if it took all my money, I would do that as well. So, no, I was checking something really quick. I'm trying to remember. I forgot. I think I have to. Yeah, I have to go to the ship. The only problem with like changing out companions is you can't do it whenever you want. Which I think that's even the case with the later games. But you almost want to wish you could swap out companions just to hear conversation ticks, like, you know, what would Kaiden say. But I can come back here later and have him talk as well. Like I said, I'll try to like figure out ways to like come back to the Citadel just so I can show conversations on the ladder or on the elevator, as well as okay, now we've found that. Now we can teleport here, but we find another keeper. I want to try it. Well, there's actually, well, what the? Garrus, what are you doing here? I thought you were recording his deck.
That was smart,
Dog. Den.
Now, if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Take him out.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to hit Cora's Den, but anyway, yeah, we've got combat against the. As far as I know, the Doc can't be killed and everything like that here. So, I don't have no one has Rex doesn't. Oh yeah, I need to show off Rex's abilities and stuff like that. I don't think I can throw or anything like that, can I? Yeah. Oh, I did hit it. If you hit cooling tanks, it will sometimes slow the enemies and stuff like that. It unequipped my my Lancer for some reason, or not my Lancer, my yeah, these guys aren't really much of a threat. Done and done.
All targets down.
I think that's it for all of them. Aha. Oh, yeah, I forgot to... Well, after we talk to Garrus, and then I'll show off their stats and everything like that. I just want to kind of... we can replenish our Medi-Gel here, which the game actually automatically did that before we started combat, so...
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
Clear shot. It was a big mistake, no problem. Nice shot!
You took him down clean.
Sometimes you get lucky. Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
Oh yeah, and you'll find one of the few issues with this game is that a lot of the same character models and hairs and styles get used. So you won't be don't be surprised if you see a character that has a name and everything look like someone else that's also in the game as well. You can only do so much with the models, and obviously if they're not going to be major characters throughout the whole series, you know, I kind of wish they did characters with names that looked a little bit different from everyone else, so that way they're not using the same facial models. But yeah, what can you do? We can protect you. Who are those men? Tell me what happened.
Why were they threatening you? Who do they work for?
They worked for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
The one I told you about, Shepard.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
I mean, they could. They've ignored worse, I think. We need to find her, but Fist has her. God, that sounds so bad. We don't have anything yet.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
Now, I think you can officially shut, like, Garrus off here, if I recall. But I like Garrus so much. I was actually strongly considering, like I said earlier, I was strongly considering not recording it, keep getting him during this recording just to show, you know, something later. But it's only for like a few lines of dialogue, so.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
You made your case. Okay, I still don't trust you.
You can come along, but I'll be watching you.
Fist is going to be waiting for us. When we hit him, we better hit him hard.
And Garrus joins the group. So, like in terms of comedic pairings, Rex and Garrus are my favorite to put together. In terms of like usability, though, it's hard to say because Rex and Garrus are considered like they're mixed classes. Rex is a Vanguard and Garrus is an Infiltrator, and then Kaiden is the Sentinel. So it's interesting in this game that all the male characters are the cross classes, and all the, well, it's not a spoiler who that is in the middle there. Like, well, you don't know who she is, but you can tell that from her shadow that she's an Asari. And obviously the one on the right is a Quarian. That all the women are the pure classes, while all the men are the mixed classes. I always thought that was interesting. I don't think it means anything. It just, you know, that's just what it is. Now, if you bring, some extra events can occur if you bring Rex with you to meet Fist, so keep that in mind. I think you can lose out on some Renegade points if you take Rex with you because of some choices there. And if you want a certain result, but you don't want to get Renegade points, you want to bring Rex with you. So it kind of just depends on... I want to show you what happens when you bring Rex, obviously. I'm just trying to decide if I want to stick with Ashley through this run. We're not playing the hard mode, so I could go with Garrus for now. I just like having Ashley in the group. Now let's go with the comedic duo. Well, okay, I don't know if I'd say comedic. Oh yeah, and we get Renegade for saying we don't trust Garrus.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Feast's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
Yeah, you got in over your head, kid.
Stick to medicine. You're not cut out for dealing with people like Fist.
That's good advice.
It's always good advice.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
What do you have anyway?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
I was about to say, I think she sells medical interface stuff. What that does is it gives you health regeneration. On the higher difficulties, this is a must to have medical interfaces. Actually, I forgot. I think the lower ones just... Yeah, they do very little, but yeah, on like Insanity and stuff like that, these are, well, I don't know if I'd say godsends, but they definitely help with like how much damage the Insanity mode people buy, you know, so it makes you survive a little bit longer, because on Insanity, you'll probably use your Medigels quite often. I remember there were a few times where I ran out of Medigels during some of those missions on Insanity mode, but
people always complain that the wards are too crowded, but I never have any problem. Everybody gives me plenty of space.
not the fact that you're like huge. You're swole, dude.
There are a few unlicensed
okay, you're repeating yourself.
operate out of the markets
here. Usually people have 2 or 3 lines of dialogue, so.
If you feel lucky, we should visit the casino over in Flux. Anything you want, you can find for sale in the wards, legal or otherwise. There's very little serious crime in this arm of the wards. Maybe because the CSEC Academy is so close by.
Yeah, Garrus, yeah, and we get, I should have said more party members when we got on our team. Garrus is, like, I think Garrus is I don't know if he's my favorite, he's another character, I don't know if he's my favorite. Oh, here's an observe section. There's supposed to be a spaceship, but I guess it just let us look at it. Or maybe it's just the nebula itself, but we get experience for doing that. Yeah, Garrus is another one of my favorite characters throughout the series. He's most, if from what I remember online, he's most people's favorite is Garrus, and I know why. I mean, he's just, you know, the way he talks, his dialogue, the humor he interposes with it, especially later on. Let's see, where does this take us to? I forgot on this one. Yeah, the alleyway, which, oh, but yeah, that takes us back to the Presidium, and that takes us down to Flux, which we'll have to go down there eventually. Let's see. Nope, there's a keeper down here, so let's grab that. Yoink. Yeah, it's almost hard not to bring, even though, like I said, on Insanity runs, like, the other characters have a usefulness, but bringing the pure classes with you on the higher difficulties is more appropriate than bringing, like, the cross classes like Kaiden, Rex, or Garrus. It works a bit differently in the later games, but in this game, there's a definitely... But anyway, I'll show off Garrus's class, since he's an infiltrator. Gets assault rifles and sniper rifles. In this game, it kind of depends on how you want to view him. He is designed more as a sniper later on in the series, the way his character growth goes. And yeah, if I was playing a soldier class, for example, I'd give him sniper rifles just to not cross class with our different weapon builds, you know, unless you don't have any options or too much stuff and you're like, we'll just let him have whatever weapons. He gets tactical armor, which unlocks shield boosting, increased damage protection, and also gives him the chance to wield medium armor at the higher levels. Yeah, he gets damage, so infiltrators get damage reduction and hardening, which is nice for that class. He also gets assault training. He gets decryption. He gets decryption, but he doesn't get electronics, so he can at least help with that. He gets damping, which is unique to the infiltrator class. Yeah, they can't use biotic or tech abilities. So on higher difficulties, this is on lower difficulties. You're probably not going to use this as often, but on the higher difficulties, this can definitely help quite a bit. Yeah, he gets first aid. Oh, he does get electronics. Sorry, I said he doesn't get electronics, and then I don't look down very well. I was like, man, my brain's shot today, apparently. I'm just being stupid. And then he gets basically his Turian class, which is just, he gets increased damage, or he gets increased damage with his weapons, and he gets increased accuracy with all his stuff as well. And then, like I said, Rex is a Vanguard, so he gets access to rifles and shotguns. I usually tend to keep him on shotguns, because like I said, Rex's AI tends to put him in the mix of things. That's why he's kind of a little bit harder to use on higher difficulties, because he just runs into the midst of combat. But I still like to keep him with a shotgun because it works for the Vanguard build. He gets combat armor, which allows him to equip heavy armor later on, which is very necessary on the higher builds especially. He gets fitness, so he gets more HP. Warp, that's the one where it weakens, lowers their damage protection and does little bits of damage. He gets throw. He also gets barrier and stasis as well. And then he gets Krogan Battlemaster, which makes Rex almost on par with the soldier when you think about it, because it gives him health regeneration and resistance to force, which is basically resistance to like throw and stuff like that. And he does great melee damage. I haven't actually showed melee attacks in this game, have I? If you get up close to a target and press the right trigger, you'll basically buffalo someone with your gun. If you don't want to buffalo, it means that was a term back in the Wild West when you basically hit someone in the back of the head with a pistol to knock them out. I forgot why it was called buffaloing. I just know that's the term it's used for.
Commander Shepard? Excuse me, Commander Shepard!
The heck? Oh, some cute lady's asking me to talk to her, so why not?
I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
Oh, you're a journalist. No.
I don't have time to give interviews, Ms. Wong.
I don't want an interview. I'm looking for information. I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
Worth my time, huh? Well, you know what I like. Credits. What do you think I meant?
How do you know that my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
If it's big, it must be from Texas.
You've got to have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. I read about the siege of Torfin, sending your men to their deaths, shooting slavers as they tried to surrender. I need someone who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty. Someone who'll do what needs to be done. That's you.
Well, I do like getting my hands dirty. With blood.
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
We'll see.
No promises. But if I find anything relating to your case, I'll inform you.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
Exit stage left. Yep, that's just the funniest thing about the game. It's just how people leave a scene, you know. It's just they leave the scene the exact same way every time, you know. Like I said, I love this game, but there's just so many silly things about it. You know, it's just hard not to love, you know. Oh yeah, that's up to Flex. So if we want to go to the we're pretty. I'll play for a little bit longer just to make up for me running around finding keepers and stuff like that. But yeah, Flex's is the gambling den of the place. There's a gambling minigame here. Oh, we got a travel here. Excellent. It's one of those things that there's a quest that involves. Up here we get some generic dancing. Generic dancing. Oh, you know what? The best way to. Oh, hold on. Yeah, don't you hear the music, viewers? Dance, dance. You know what? It's time for Shepard to get his groove on. Oh, no, I can't get our groove on here. Okay, fine. Maybe it's in maybe it's Corbin's den. I thought Shepard could start dancing here.
Your sister can be. The more you push and prod, the more she'll run away.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks,
Yeah, it must be in Corbin's den or whatever, because there's a spot where you can have separate dance, and it's the most amazing thing ever. But oh well, we can't get our dance on yet, but we can do it. We can do it next time in the next episode of Mass Effect, which will continue. Finding out more information at Fisk by going to Cora's den, but before we do that, there's so much more things to do. Gambling, meandering, finding keepers, and the like. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.